Post-game show down there. Lakers get their 5th straight win. They beat the Clippers to go to 16 games over 500. On a night with no Rui, you lose Austin Reeves in the first quarter. The Lakers once again find a way. The bench was absolutely incredible tonight. But it's how hard the Lakers played on every single possession. Two-way contract guys in Jemison and Goodwin getting over 20 minutes each. Dalton Connect, production off the bench. Luka and LeBron doing their things. But really, guys, the defense, again, is the story. Holding the Clippers to 102 points, 14 steals, big game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked before the game that, guys are going to have to step up, next man up, not necessarily have to have superstar-type games, but do them by committee. And that's exactly what they did tonight. I thought Goodwin's his contribution, just the little things that he did to kind of keep the game afloat when they needed some big buckets. Obviously, Vanderbilt and Smith. I just thought collectively, without Reeves, without Rui, they just grinded it out and was really tough as a team. They showed some grit tonight.
I'm so glad you brought up Vando, because to me, he was one of the players of the game without doing it in the box score. He was a plus 20. Yeah. The way that man played defense. And Jemison, two-way contract guy, you didn't even know his name. Like a month ago, right? I'm just saying, a lot of people, plus 19.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the two unsung heroes of the game tonight. And like you said, with Jared, we talked about him earlier. He's just a dog. He's just one of those dogs that we talked about that just gets after you every time on the floor, So watching his plus-minus is interesting because, like you said, if you look at the box scores, he's not going to have the 15, 20 points, 9, 10 rebounds. But he's going to shut people down. He's going to do all the little things, the little dirty things that people don't want to do. Putting his nose in places that people don't want to put him. Getting the rebounds, the tough rebounds, making the steals, and just being a damn, dog on the defensive end of going after people. So you got to love what he brings to the table.
And just the way he caused havoc and harassed Kawhi or James Harden. I mean, that's the story of the night.
Harden 5 for 22. Yeah, made 1 3. I mean, Harden was way off his game tonight. Yeah, this is all about the Laker defense. Yet again, another game where they allow barely over 100 in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's been their MO. They are stomping people defensively. They are clamping down unbelievably. Vanderbilt, a big part of that. Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, 3 steals in the last few minutes for Gabe. So, I mean, this is all about their defense. People said, okay, they got Luka, but they're going to lose Max Christie and AD. How are they going to stop people? They're going to have to win games 136 to 135. That's not the case at all. The Laker defense is legit.
Lakers are 17-4 in their last 21 games. Wow. Which is about that. Almost allowing me to forget the Charlotte loss. Let's go back downtown. Dorian Finney-Smith is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Dodo, you guys get the job done. Keep the winning streak despite losing Austin tonight with no Rui. What did you have to do to rally around the flag?
It's next man up. I was holding it down to Rui. I'm going to hold it down till Rui get back. But, Austin was a little unexpected, but, I feel like the bench came in and gave us good energy.
Yeah, no doubt. I think about some of the young guys, Goodwin, Jemison, Dalton, all made a lot of plays out there, no?
Yeah, it's a great team win, man. Back-to-backs, it takes a team effort because, everybody feel it, feel their legs, you're a little winded, but, that's why it's a team sport.
Yeah, so fourth quarter, Luka gets the 2 step-back threes. I know you saw that a million times with him in Dallas, but I'm sure nice for you to see him starting to find his rhythm.
Yeah, I'm happy he started making shots. I know he wanted to get going, but he put the work in, so it's gonna show.
How much fun are you having as a Laker?
Come on, it's been fun. We winning. That's all that matters. I want to make more shots, but the wins means more.
All right, last one for you. What's the thing that you take out of this now? You guys have to move forward and try to keep all this going.
Defense. We keep holding teams close to 100 points. I feel like we could beat anybody.
All right, Dodo, appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right, Luka and LeBron, Friday versus the Clippers, this is what they do. They combine for 59 points. And although Luka wasn't as efficient as he wanted to be shooting the basketball, he got to the line 11 times and made 10 of them. Luka also had 5 steals to go along with those 5 assists. LeBron just continuing to amaze at 40 years old, 28 points on 12 of 21, the 13 rebounds, and of course, the defense. Luka and LeBron without AR carrying the day offensively. Big game.
Hey, Luka had 31?
Yeah, that's a lot in those 2 big threes in the fourth.
It wasn't the usual dominant 31, but 31's 31. Yeah, I mean, look, it was a team win tonight. I think the bench, the points are what they are, but I think as we just talked about, the bench production really helped secure the win. But Luka never stopped playing the game. He kept forcing the issue, finally hit some shots, making passes, and so you have to take your hat off. Struggled early, couldn't hit a shot actually, but he kept his head on, and in the second half, he and LeBron did what they do best, and that's lead and win.
And you know what, Byron? Like James said, when it's maybe not going offensively for those two for a stretch, it's everything else that they do. And that's what Luka is starting to bring to this team.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. And like you said, it wasn't one of his best shooting nights, but again, he has 4 steals. His help defense has gotten so much better in the last week. He's engaged, which is what I love to see. Even when he's missing shots, you could tell he's frustrated because he knows he should be making these shots that he's taking, but he doesn't stop playing. And that's the 26-year-old veteran that you have in a Luka Doncic. And then LeBron, at 40 years old, still doing what he's doing, 13 rebounds tonight. He didn't have as many assists as we're normally accustomed to seeing because he took on a little bit more of a offensive role because of the fact that you got AR missing tonight.
And he's playing off ball.
And he's playing off ball a lot, which is really different to see.
By the way, Luka 35 minutes tonight on the second night of a back-to-back, Brez.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. People have been saying, okay, when's Luka going to break through the conditioning thing as far as missing almost 7 weeks of game time? I think it's happening now. I mean, I feel like it maybe happened a week ago, but now it's really happening, a second game of a back-to-back. And Byron James, I don't know about you guys, but I've always judged a team and how much of a championship contender they can be, not just solely on the stat, but a lot on the stat. How good are you on the second night of a back-to-back? What does that tell you? A, you're talented. B, you've got depth. C, you've got grit. Lakers are now 6-2 on the second game of a back-to-back. Does that mean they're going to win it all in a few months? I don't know. But I've always liked that stat. I've always found like the Kobe and Pau teams, the Kobe and Shaq teams, those teams are always really good on the second night of a back-to-back. Depth, grit, and talent, too. This team has it, too.
And we talked a little bit about this in the pregame show, like finding ways to win when you're not playing your best. The great teams do that. And here's a crazy stat when you look, the starters are all in the minus, okay?
Wow.
The bench all in the positive. Gabe's plus 11. Goodwin's plus 14. We already mentioned the other guys. So a complete team effort, as Dorian Finney-Smith said. And one thing, big game, win or lose, you notice over these last few months, they're always playing hard.
Yeah.
There's not a night where you say they're not playing hard. Yeah.
Playing
they're not competing.
Hard, playing hard, from start to finish, and a bench that knows how to complement their starters. I think when the bench comes in, they know they need scrappiness. They need some, force some turnovers. Goodwin comes in. I like that. Dalton comes in. He hits some big shots. I think the bench really supported the starters tonight. They did what they needed to do. Defensively, making stops was key. So yeah, the chemistry's good. From 1 through 14.
Great pickups by Rob Holding and the staff. I mean,
yeah.